I know that everyone's super excited because we've got Sarah and Aaron on here tonight. So we are kind of collaborating, aren't we? And joining forces just, you know, to kind of offer all of our teams the best that we can moving forward with these amazing incentives.
Better than Post Malone and Drake, to be honest. Like, that makes a collaboration.
And I know that my guys are super excited as well. And I just what we you know, speaking to Aaron and Sarah, what we thought we'd do is tonight we'd just kind of introduce you all to like who we are, so all of our guys can get to know Sarah and Aaron a little bit more. And then obviously all of Sarah and Aaron's guys can then all get to know us a little bit more. And then moving forwards, we are planning on doing some really epic like training calls for you moving forward. So I'm really, really excited about that. But tonight we're going to like share our stories and give you some tips and just kind of share with you like what this amazing business and products have done for us, how it's changed our lives, just to give you a bit of an insight as to what it could do for you and like what this business holds for you in your future, which we're so excited for. Because I think like, I remember Sarah and Aaron, like when we very first started.
Yeah.
So we've been on this journey together for like a long time. And yeah, we're really excited like coming together moving forward. So who's going first? I don't know what we decided.
I think we're going first.
Should we go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, it was like you girls that sort of totally took ownership over that call. So I'll let Sarah start with her story, and then obviously I'll come in obviously with mine, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Okay. Hi guys, my name's Sarah. So I've been in the business now just over 5 years. Before the business, I was a full-time hairdresser. So I specialised in colour. So I was a colour technician. I absolutely loved my job, but the money wasn't great. I was on minimum wage. I was on my feet all day, every day, really, really busy. Never got a chance to sort of eat anything. I was on like 9 coffees a day. It was just sort of mad rush, but I sort of loved what I did. And I saw this business opportunity advertised on Facebook. And it actually took me 3 years to join the business. Well, it took us both. It took us both of us 3 years to join the business, which is absolutely crazy. And I just thought, you know what? Earning a little bit of extra money, even if I do this and earn an extra £200-300 a month, it would do me the world of good. You know, extra money for petrol, going out, like absolute holidays, savings, absolutely sort of anything. So we both joined at the same time, and we just absolutely just ran with it, and it's completely just turned our world upside down. And that extra little bit of money that we were looking for turned way more than what we thought it would, and the things that it's able to, where it's taken us, the places that we've been able to see, the things that we've been able to do has just been absolutely just incredible. And it's just been a way of a journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
And Aaron's story is just like a little bit like, even though it's the same story, it's totally like the opposite, because I absolutely loved my job at the start.
And I hated mine.
And Aaron absolutely and Aaron absolutely hated his job, but like now that we just do it full time together, this is all that we do now. And it's crazy to think that, you know, 5 years in, this is all that we've done, you know, running a business from home and through social media and on our mobile phone. It's, you know, we're our own boss. We get up when we want, we do what we want, where we want, and earning more money than what we was before. So it's absolutely just been like a crazy, like. Look
at your little smile on your face. I love it.
So yeah, that's a little bit about my background.
So yeah, so a little bit about me. So you know what, like Sarah said, I was completely the opposite. You know what, I was destined for something else. Like, I was beyond miserable. I was that guy that no one ever wanted to speak to go near or anything like that, because I was just in a really sort of dark place. And I kept on thinking, you know what, I'm 24. I have no idea what I want to do in my life, but I don't want to go to work to that same place and just be a number in a seat. I felt like I was undervalued, underpaid, and I just thought, you know what? And I kept on sort of thinking, like, is it for me? Is this like what my future holds? Like, I'm always skint. My girlfriend's a hairdresser. Yeah, I'm loaning money off her, which made me feel made me feel so bad, because she was like, babe, I'm like on basic wage and you're borrowing from me. You're like a little sponge. And I was like, you know what? This is pretty bad, in it. So I was like, right, okay, like things have got to change. I was like, I'm miserable. My girlfriend's basically telling me I'm a little bit like a little sponge when it comes to money. So I was like, you know what? Something's going to have to change. So someone sort of presented this opportunity to us. And it was actually Katie Ravy, and she came to us and she's like, I've just joined something, you've got to join, it's amazing. And I thought, you know what, if I've not heard of it, I'm not bothered about it. I thought I was too good for it. Yeah, I'm like, you know what, how can you be too good for something when you're literally this bloody miserable? It just made no sense to me. So like 3 years had gone by, and I started to watch the lives of so many people that I knew changed drastically. So like Katie, Rick, Christine. And then it just came that day where Sarah was like, should we do it? Should we just do it? And I was like, you know what have we got left to lose? And I started thinking, yeah, but it's £65. Like, that's a good night out, that, isn't it? So I literally, like, my mentality was just so wrong. I basically just wanted a better life. But yeah, I just thought going out in Bury was like so much better than getting a business. So I decided that I just thought, you know what, I had that enough was enough moment. I'd literally got to work one day and I just thought, you know what, I just don't want to be here anymore. I was like, I've got my manager that's constantly just giving me daggers, and we're just like looking at each other, and I'm sort of staring my manager out, and then she's listening to my phone calls whilst I'm on the phone to clients, shaking her head and everything. And I thought, oh my God, this is horrendous. So I thought, you know what, if I could just earn some extra money from this business, and a lot of it was just to put a smile on my face. I wanted to be surrounded by like-minded people. Whereas I was going to work, I was so unhappy myself. Everybody else was so unhappy. So we had this sort of like unhappy cult where we was all like, how much are you hating life? Like, yeah, I'm hating life as well. And do you know what? I just thought like something had to change. So I thought, you know what? We're just going to go help a lever in this business. And that £200 just became such more of a greater vision. And I thought, right, what if my friends can do it, then what if I can do it? I can see Avery taking a photo, so I'm like, say cheese. But I'm just thinking, you know what, like if my friend, like if I've seen friends, like people that I've grown up with, and I think, you know what, if I can see them do it, stop staring at me. I'm just thinking, you know what, like if they could do it, I could do it. Because I thought, you've got nothing that I've not got. But I thought, you know what, I am driven, despite what everyone's telling me, saying that, you know what, you'll never amount up to anything, you're lucky to have the job that you've got. That was the mentality, and that was the thing that I needed to think, you know what, like, bitch, you are wrong. Like, I'm going places, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And that's the sort of mentality that I went into this business. So I'd say anyone that's new, or anyone that's just sort of feels that they're not giving it everything, you've got to ask yourself, you know what, time's flying by so damn quickly. And that is something that I just thought, you know what, I want to be NMD, I want to be PMD, I want to be that person that, do you know what, can get up when they want, like Sarah said, that owns the day. I didn't want to have the day own me. So that was it. We went hell for leather. Within 3 months, I was equaling my full-time account manager, my account manager's income just in 3 months, which was absolutely crazy. And that's what really opened my eyes to think, you know what, I could be slaving away for this, like for my manager that I absolutely hate, and a job that I hate, or I can be doing this business. It's a people's business. I'm learning and growing from people. And I thought, you know what, I can earn the money and I can help other people as well. Because I thought, you know what, I can't be the only miserable person. There's got to be more people like me that are destined for a change. So we absolutely just run with it. And then, yeah, within 9 months, we're both at NMD. Sarah beat me to NMD by 1 month, and she'll never, ever let it go. But, yeah, it's just one of those things. I'll beat her to IMD, so we'll have that one. But you know what? It has just been incredible. And you know what? The money's great, but like Sarah said, it's the places that it's taken us. Like, I remember in 2016, like, we went on 9 holidays. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was that type of guy that I just want to go to Magaluf or something with my mates. And I was 24 and I was borrowing money off my mum and borrowing money off my girlfriend that was only earning like £850. It was crazy. And she's like, wait a minute. You want to go Magaluf with the lads, but you want me to pay for it? Like, how does that work? So yeah, to be able to sort of go to Dubai, go to Vegas, and just do all these things that you sort of dream about just through a business that costs £50 is just absolutely crazy.
I mean, the things that it's given us, it has been amazing, but the most thing that we've actually really sort of taken in from the business is the time and the freedom that it gives you. Like, yeah, it's given us a brand new Audi. It's been able to move out of our parents, move into a house together. numerous of holidays, but honestly it's ticked off bucket list dreams. We swam with dolphins, we've done the Dubai skydive over the Dubai Palm. We've ticked bucket list dreams off as well, but it's definitely the time and freedom that it's give us that money can't buy. And I think that's what a lot of people sort of wish that they would have, is more time obviously with loved ones, a little bit more freedom, and I think that's what everyone needs, definitely, is freedom.
I mean, my mum still doesn't understand what it is that I do. Like, she's still like, how can you go 5 years and just not have to go into a job? But you, like Sarah said though, it's just precious moments. Like every Friday for the last 4 years or 5 years, I've taken my nan shopping, and then we have our little Costa Fridays together. And do you know what, my nan's always saying she's so lonely, and it's like, you know what, I can now be there for the family, and that's what means the most to me. It's not necessarily just the flashy materialistic things, but it's the time, the freedom, and the memories that you're creating along the way. But yeah, that's basically my story as well.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, we love listening to you guys. That's so good.
Oh, I don't know if that's our.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now. Yeah.
Yeah, we love listening to you guys, and just your story is just so inspirational as well. Like what it's done, like what you've come from as well. You know, like I know, like Aaron said, like you hated your job, like Sarah didn't mind her job, and like just how, you know, this business has just transformed your life and what it's given you. And like you said, you know, the bucket list and the moments and the freedom, like, you know, being able to tomorrow morning, it's Monday, being able to design your day, you know, that's what this business can give you. And it's so exciting. And we, you know, we want to help as many people in our team to have that too. So yeah, I love that.
Now we get to hear you guys' story now. We're excited to hear your guys' story. Yeah.
You crack me up because you're like, Sarah, stop looking at me. She's like this.
Yeah, just see, like, I could literally feel the, like, the eyes.
Right, it's our turn now.
Our turn.
Well, I started first.
You go first.
Well, I started first.
Yes, you started first, so you got a longer
You
story.
were sceptical.
So, yeah, I was a bit of a knob.
You were sceptical. So, I first came across this like 6 years ago. I saw the products on Facebook. At the time, I was a busy show jumper, competing at horses across the country, competing show jumping on horses across the country.
At horses.
Yeah. So I was just super busy on the go. So this is why, you know, I was a happy customer. I loved the products, just got the products straight away. And then people were noticing the difference in me. And this is how I was then introduced to the business. Like I had never even heard of anything like this before. And because I was loving the products, people were coming up to me saying, you know, Amy, you look healthier. Like you look, you know, you've got, your eyes look whiter, like you've got this energy. You'll get up and go into the gym now before riding all your horses. Like, what are you doing? Like, something's changed. And my mum also noticed I was getting up earlier because I used to struggle to get up in the mornings, and I started getting up and going to the gym, and my mum was like, what the hell? So then I was then shared with the business. And I first of all said no. I was like, I don't have time. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever felt that. Or we come across people all the time that are like, no, I don't have time. Well, that was me. But luckily I said, well, what is it that's actually involved? And, you know, when I realised how easy it was, part-time, you're your own boss, and you get to actually put into it what you want, I just thought, you know what, actually, like, let's give it a go. So I remember sitting down with my mum because she was proper, like, Googling the company. Like, on
Nettie loves research.
She was like looking up Google Earth on the company, and I was just like, Mum, honestly, it's fine. And we were asking loads of questions anyway. I was like, look, Mum, let's just do it so that I can earn my sign-up fee back. Like, can I just do it for that? So that was like our first goal, which is crazy now, right? So that was my first goal, was to just literally earn my sign-up fee back. So my first paycheck was like £65. So I was like, yes, like I'm in profit. So that was my first thing. And obviously this was just to go alongside with my horses. This was, you know, horses was my main thing. And this was just like that little bit of extra money on the side. And so once I achieved that, I thought, well, look, if I could earn like a couple extra £100, you know, to help pay for my products, to help pay for my horses, to help put diesel in the lorry, to help pay for horseshoes and horse shows, and actually have some money for me, because I think when you have horses, everything goes back into the horses. You don't have no money for yourself. And also, like, I was always having to put like £5 worth of petrol into my Peugeot 106.
Little cog.
My little cog.
So bad.
Sarah had a Metro. Sarah had a Metro.
It had like the stickiest clutch ever.
Everyone installed it
all the time, because it was either like all in or all out. You're like, it's like bunny hopping down the road. Like,
We went backwards down the slip road, didn't we, with me in your car?
You were literally too big for my car.
It's like this, just going down the
It
road.
literally was.
Really was. We had like people driving up our backside, pushing us up the hill like to try.
So funny. So yeah, I could only really afford like £5 worth of petrol into my little cog, my little Peugeot 106 at the time, and I thought, well, if I could just have little bit of extra money just to help with all those things, like that would be so good. So within a few months, I was earning like £500 a month from this business, part time, like around my horses, you know, on top of what I was already earning, which was just amazing for me. And I loved it. Like everyone who I saw, everyone who I came in contact with, I was just like juice plus all over them, which is like, don't do that, by the way. Like, did it so wrong back then. But I think I literally got like to my first few promotions in the business just on pure excitement, because I was just so excited. And I would just talk to people at horse shows, and then I, you know, then started using social media more. So, you know, there's so many things you can do offline as well as obviously online, which is what I also love. So people you can come into contact with. So don't do like what I did at the start, which was just like,
When you came out from Nice, wasn't it?
yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah. You know, but like whenever you do your healthy food shop, I always get people say to me like, oh, what's, you know, what are you doing? What's this? Or why are you buying like almond milk? So then that's a great opportunity to just say what you're doing and offer to add them on Facebook and send them some information. As simple as that. And you can come into that doesn't take up any extra time. You can be at a horse show, and I would like walk the course holding my shake, and again, people would ask me what it is, and it naturally happened. You know, oh, I'll add you on Facebook, I'll send you some more information. So that is how it happened for me at the start. And then I went to Nice. So I went to a Juice Plus conference. So these conferences are massive and amazing. So I went to my first one. DJ still wasn't involved at this time. I don't think, were you taking the products then?
No.
Wasn't taking the products. He was just like, oh, Amy's just going to do her little thing. He just wasn't really listening. So I went off to Nice.
I was supportive.
You were
I wasn't a
supportive.
knob.
Oh.
That's what you want to do it. I'd back you for it, but
You were supportive, but you were like, nah, I'm not doing it.
I was like, I'm out.
So I went off to Nice with one of my first team members at the time, Bonnie. I'd never met her before. We met like obviously just on Facebook. So I met her for the first time. We went to Nice together, had the most amazing time. And I saw all these NMDs on stage, like normal people. So I saw like John, Emma Snedden, Emma Karen. And I was like, I don't know what the hell an NMD is. I don't know what it stands for. I don't know what you've got to be an NMD, but I want to freaking be an NMD. And I can remember like texting and calling my mum and DJ like, I'm going to be an NMD. And they were like, what the fuck?
The fuck is an LMD?
So I came home from that event, and I really started taking the business more seriously. And within like 8 months, and obviously within those 8 months, my mum got involved, DJ got involved, and just absolutely smashed it, didn't we? And obviously DJ's going to share his story. And then I went from SC to NMD in the space of 2 months, which was 8 months after that event, like that conference. So that shows, you know, if I'd have never gone to Nice, like it's crazy to think, you know, where I'd be in my business and my life now, because I think that event was totally the life changer for me. I saw the bigger picture, and I just absolutely, you know, like Aaron was saying, like I went all in, like I made that decision. I jumped all in. There's no more like dipping my toe. There's no more like thinking small or playing small. It was literally like, get in, run and jump into that freezing cold lake, like do a massive bomb. I don't care. I'm going to splash on everyone. And I'm just going to learn how to swim. I don't know. I'm just going to do it. Like, just going to make that decision. So, like, it just absolutely changed my life. And that was then when I was then able to, I then decided that I wanted to go more with this business and cut down my horsey business and do horses on my terms. So now, fast forward a few years, I now just have my one horse and do it on my terms, which is amazing. And I have total freedom from this business. And, you know, it's incredible, isn't it? So before we get too far into now, I'm going to let DJ just share his story at the start as well, and like his background.
Yeah, so yeah, Amy came back from Nice, and all she played was that Nice video. You've seen it on YouTube? Like every hour that my thing was
midnight.
On. Like at midnight, at 1 a.m, lying in bed like, please, God, stop playing the same video. And just like, you know, you hear the opening music, and you imagine like the boat on the water, you're like, she's fucking playing it again. Like, she was just on it the whole time. And basically, before Amy got to there, so before all of that, I'm type 1 diabetic. and this was something I've had since I was 15, and it was something that I was struggling with quite a lot in regards to just control and general acceptance within my life and my lifestyle. And I came out of university and I just really wasn't looking after it. I was really quite ill. I had some problems with my eyes, and the doctors just were basically saying, like, mate, you're not going to see your like 50th birthday if you really don't sort this out. It's that serious. And for some reason, I don't know why, because I've managed to get out of it the whole time. But Amy is at that event, that appointment, and like all the other ones, I'd managed to say, like, that's not bad, you don't need to come. I'll sort it out, it's all good. Because I knew if she heard any of it, she would have been on my, like, she's like, you need to sort this out, numbnuts, come on now, I don't want any of this. And she would have been like on my case. So it was easier for me to be in denial without Amy kind of hearing it, or any family, so I could kind of just carry on like normal. But for some reason, Amy was at a particular appointment where they told me that. And then I just came out of, I kind of felt like, I guess I felt a little bit ashamed, like I'd hidden it for that long. And then I was just like, right, we had it, like me and Amy spoke it out, and we in the family spoke it out, like, right, I realized how selfish I was kind of being, because me being like that wasn't allowing, I was kind of taking time away from, anyway, in the future and all that sort of stuff, that all this was going through my mind. So I was like, right, I need to sort my health out, it needs to get changed. So I started just to try and get to the gym a little bit more, trying to clean up my diet, trying to test my blood and actually do my injections, which I wasn't even doing. And it was just a really, really slow progress for the first couple of years. And then obviously Amy just said in her story, she's found a product, she's got started on them. She was telling to like get on the products and try the shakes and do it, like, it really helped and really helped. And me just being a stubborn guy, I was just like, nah. I was like Dragon's Den, I'm out. Like, it's like I wasn't having any of it. And it wasn't until I actually went to an event, and the only reason I went to the event is because I got a new car and I wanted to drive. That was it. Like, I was like, right, I'm going to drive to this event. So Amy was like, no problem, because she knew who was going to be there. I turned up and John Holloway was there, and I heard him. I spoke to him, and then I was just like, okay, let's try it. I was kind of convinced. So for me, the story from that is, like, the moral of the story from that is get people to the event. You never know, they might not hear it from you, but they could hear it from someone else. And for me, I heard it from John, and that was my sort of tipping point to really give it a go. So I kind of, even then, I was like on the fence a little bit, but I was more willing to give it a go. And I started sort of sneaking a bit of Amy's products, like shakes and stuff. And it wasn't until I pretty much gone through all of her products, she's like, right, you're going to have to get your own, because I can't, like, afford to keep you going as well as myself. So she was like, I was like, okay. So what I did, I just signed straight up into the business and ordered my own products. I was like, well, I'm going to order it my own stuff. I might as well make a bit of commission back on my own product. So I didn't even see the business opportunity at the time. I was just fully focused on the health side of it. So started on the products, shakes and capsules, and basically it just became like a catalyst. It just accelerated my results, because not only did it bridge the gap that I was struggling to find within my diet, being type 1, it also taught me a lot, like, along with the plans and just the educational side. What I thought I was being healthy before was actually nowhere near where I thought I needed to be. So it kind of like accelerated it on that front. And just that before I knew it, I was just feeling so much better. My energy was up, and my sugars, through just the general control, were getting a lot better, and everything came back down. And basically I got to a point where my blood sugars and my HbA1c and all my results were like bang on perfect. So that was kind of, for me, the convincing moment. I was like, if I can do that for myself, imagine what I can do for others. And then I was like, right, I've got the business, I got the platform to then help and share others going through the same struggle as me. So predominantly a lot of my client base are diabetic like me, because, you know, it's your tribe, your avatar is very much the same person as you, and that's who I am. So that's become quite a bit of a movement I created within diabetes. So that's going really well. And yeah, that's kind of my story really. And yeah, if you get people to the events, like, you kind of, that's what I feel is quite a strong reoccurring thing. Like Amy going to Nice, I went to, it's like a local one, but John was there. You just don't know who's going to be there, and you don't know what someone might say. That just gives that person that light bulb moment and makes them switch on and go, Jesus, I need to give this a try, you know?
Yeah, and I think as well, I think some people think that they don't, like, especially when you first start this business, you think, oh, I don't need to keep going to an event because you think it's going to be the same thing all the time. But it's going back to these events over and over again. And it's every time you go back, you hear it differently, even though it's a similar kind of stuff. You hear it differently because you've slightly grown as a person every time in between those events. And then it just takes that one moment, that one event, or that one thing that one person might just say that could literally like be, you know, that change for your whole business. And even now, like, I know that we've got a massive team in Sweden, and they just had the power day out there, and they are literally on fire just from that one event. And so imagine if they didn't go, like, then they wouldn't be having as a good a month this month. So, you know, get to the events. Obviously, we just had Liverpool, we've got Brighton coming up, which is just going to be insane. So yeah, these events are so powerful. And I mean, like, now, like, the business is, like, obviously that was at the start, and like, but the business has totally changed our life, isn't it? Like,
yeah, like, we're sitting in it. Do you know what I mean?
We always say that, don't we? We always say, like Sarah, like, look around the house and she's like, you know what? There is literally nothing in this house that this business did not give.
Yeah.
Like, literally, she was like, literally just down to the clothes that we're wearing, to the mugs that you're drinking out of. Like, never mind.
Yeah, like the food you eat, extra in your car, like,
absolutely crazy. And it's like, when you actually just think it was a £50 business, and I feel like that's the biggest mistake a lot of people make, because they only pay £50, they value it at £50. But then you just feel like shaking them, and you just think, if only you knew what I knew.
I totally forgot that it was 65 until you said it was 65.
Yeah. So we put £100 in, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and like, you didn't get as much either and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I still work full time at the moment. My business is getting to a point where I can go full time. I still work full time, and tell you what, since I got from my full time job, I got paid like on the 22nd of December. I didn't get paid till the 31st of January from that job. And if I didn't have this, I would be screwed. So
how many people are in that situation that
we
could be helping?
Literally crawling to the end of January. You know, and with that,
thank God, at the 10th of the month, it's like the lifesaver, isn't it, for a lot of people?
Yeah, the amount of stress I see a lot of my like other employees going through. I'm like, yeah, I don't really have that problem. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. I'm just saying that's what this opportunity can give you. It's that the relief of stress when it comes to bills and mortgages and unexpected bills that pop up on a random month. You're like, when the car stops working, you're like, shit.
I just remember just having the crazy day, and I just thought, you know what? It's absolutely crazy to think that this business is literally just paid for absolutely everything, like, just down, like Aaron said, just down to the clothes that we wear, the TV. Like, we literally, when we got the house, we got nothing on finance, no sofa on finance, nothing. We just bought everything outright, and that was just, we would have never have been able to do that just a normal standard job. Like, my highest wage in like sort of hairdressing was £945, and I was absolutely buzzing. But that's crazy to think that was just so basic. And then, like, my highest wage in the business has been 17 grand in 1 month. And I'm not saying that to impress anyone. I'm just saying, you know what, that's the opportunity. Like, anyone can have that. Like the commission is just uncapped. You can earn as much money as you want and build it up. And I remember going to the bank, and I said to Aaron, I was like, there's no way they're going to pay me 17 grand in 1 month.
Machine, did you? And
I went to the cash machine and checked my balance, and it actually said 17 grand paid in. And I was like, I just burst into tears, because it's like my highest wage in hairdressing was literally £945. Like, I would have had to work for like...
It's like not even 1% of it. Of that.
Yeah, I would have had to work for like
2 years.
2 years working of hairdressing, and this I got paid in 1 month, and it was...
I mean, for my full-time job at the moment, that's what I get paid in a year. To give it...
17 grand a year, God, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And and for us, like, the travelling and the house and all that sort of, that's what we wanted, and that's what you guys done a lot of, is the travelling side. But anyone else, it could be whatever's going to help you in your lifestyle, like, and what's going to help, you know, make it a richer life. If it's providing for your kids, or putting savings aside for something like, you know, we went and looked at wedding venues that we would never believe we could probably do. And we were just walking around and going, like, This is going to be epic.
I'm so excited for that. Not that I'm inviting myself, but I sort of.
We are basically. We are going.
I'm going to get a call from Mary. Like, I'm at the airport. I'm on my way. I was like, oh, shit. I'm something from the wedding.
But it's really nice to be able to go into that and think like we can literally we are going to be able to have what we want, and we don't need to just small, or we can kind of like just dream bigger. And I think that's what is, like DJ said, like whatever this is for you, like if you could just dream that a little bit bigger about something, like what would that be for you, and that this can give that to you. And we've got so many incentives for this year, haven't we? Like I'm so excited for like we've got Cornwall, we've got Ibiza. Like I love to travel, love to go on holiday.
Yeah, Thailand, Dubai, everything.
Thailand, Dubai.
Like I remember,
now is the time.
Like I remember in my job, like honestly, like you wouldn't even get a pat on the back. It's like if you did well in your job, you got to keep your job. It was literally like that. Like you was just so undervalued and underappreciated. And I think like when you just come into like a people's business, like a business where like you're constantly being built up by other people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the massive eye opener. And then when you actually realize that, you know what, people want it more for you than you actually want it for yourselves. And I feel like that's where the belief comes from. So I feel like we all lack that inner belief that we can do something and we can make it happen. Like there's literally like 3 NMDs and above on this call now. And it's like we would have never in a million years believed that we could do it. We saw it on stage and just thought, could we really do that? And I feel like that's what this business does. It just gives you that inner belief back that, you know what, you can make this business work. If you want it bad enough, then you can do it. It doesn't matter like where you've come from, how old you are, what qualifications you've got. It just doesn't matter about anything. Like you've got Alex in our business that's literally like, he can't read, he can't write, but yet it's got one of the biggest business in Europe. And it just goes to show that, you know what, it's just about literally just helping build people and growing people. And if you do that, you can build an amazing income and you've got everything that you've ever wanted. It's absolutely crazy.
I mean, going back to what Amy was saying when she had no time and stuff like that, I mean, I've had a lot of people come up to me and they're struggling with time and stuff like that. But guys, remember, like this business works around you and your lifestyle that you've currently got. Like you don't work around the business. It's totally the opposite way around. So, this business works around you with your current lifestyle, what you're doing now. And, time is no excuse really. Like you can just,
like basically what Aaron was saying with, I'd be unappreciated. I mean, like the other day in my work, because it's January, all the pressure's on to make sales.
Yeah.
It was 2 days in a row that we didn't quite hit our KPI numbers. And basically we had to have like formal talks about our job. Like that's how like just
you're not going to be there much longer
and
anyway.
It just made me laugh. I was just like, and you like, how can you motivate people if you're going to threaten them like that? Do you know what I mean? Like in this, it's everyone, you go into an event or into a room full of people and everyone's just so on another level of like positivity, and that's what makes it amazing.
I think there's one thing as well that you really want in success, and what everybody's striving for in life is a blueprint. They want to know if somebody that can do it, that they can do it. And if they can do it, is there a way that they can do it? Is there a blueprint? Is there something that they can follow to get the same success? And I feel like that's where our business massively shines. Like literally, like if Amy's done it, then someone else can do it. If I've done it, someone else can do it. If Sarah can do it, then you know what, we can teach other people to do it. So every single person that falls in line with DJ's team, Amy's team, my team, Sarah's team, then you know what, then we can all have that same success, and every single person on this call can be an NMD because it's being done. And you know what, we know how to do it, and we can tell you guys how to duplicate it. We can tell you what is needed to get there, the daily method of operation, what you should be doing daily, absolutely everything. It's like, do you know what, guys, like, I never had any of that when I started. I had no idea what I was doing all the way up until SSC. Somebody said that I was SSC, I was like, I have no idea what that means. I had literally no clue. But going back to what Amy said, we built it on excitement. That's all what it was, because we didn't know any better. Like, we didn't know the positions, we didn't know the bonuses, we didn't even know the company that we was a part of. We just got excited. And that is what literally just gave us our business. But 5 years later, guys, you've got everything that we didn't have to make this business a success. So there's no reason why people can't go well and beyond me, Sarah, Amy, DJ, or wherever. You can have everything in this business and it's so much more available to you now. Like, there was no events back then. Like, we didn't really know what we were doing on Facebook. Like, do you ever go for your Facebook timeline and you see like little things on your timeline for like 4 years ago, and it cringes you the shit out, and you think, oh my God, how on earth did I get to NMD posting shit like that on my Facebook? So it just goes to show, if we can do it, posting and doing things that we have no idea what it is that we're doing, then you guys can totally smash it too. And that's something that I truly, truly believe.
Yeah, we've got less than 1 minute now, so I think it's going to cut off into Amy.
Yeah, we've got about like a minute. Yeah, because I've got a timer on. So when it says less than a minute, it gives you 2 minutes. So
do you want to start another one and do some top tips, or do you want to just leave it there? Or
what does everybody want? Do you want to put in the chat, guys? What do you want? Do you want some top tips?
Do a vote.
Or shall we end here and then we can do
top tips next week, or
we'll do like another one next Sunday at 8:30 maybe.
We'll go over like our top 5 tips.
We'll go more into like
training
and some more tips. Yeah, training. So top tip. We ain't got time.
Oh, everyone's like top tips out. Well, we shouldn't have said that now. We're like, which ones do you want, guys? And then we're like, yeah, see you later, guys. We're gonna go now.
But well, maybe we'll do next week then.
Yeah, sure.
But thank you everybody for joining. This was literally just like an introductory call to get to know us, and moving forward, like we're going to be doing more trainings together, and we wanted everybody. I
just want to see Aaron. That's fine.
You know what I say? Like, it's just like a little bit of bromance. Like,
Yay!
Girls off, get the girls off.
Our mission is to help you guys get your promotions, like Aaron said. So. We're going to be doing some more stuff moving forward. But it's going to end now. I love you all.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
See you later.